Hi, I wanted to share what really to expect about the flight and what to expect when you arrive in Israel. Depending upon where your origination flight is, you can have a flight from anywhere of possibly 9 hours to 15 hours, especially if you're coming from California. You'll be tired. One thing I do is as soon as I get on the plane, at the final connection that will take me to Tel Aviv and Ben Gurion, I set my watch ahead to Israel time. From the East Coast, Israel is 7 hours away. And sometimes that's different because of daylight savings time. So be sure to find that out before you depart. But I always set my watch ahead to the time that it is in Israel because that helps me with jet lag. I drink a lot of water and I make sure that I am at a seat that is either on an aisle or in the exit row, something that will allow me the ability to get up, to walk around, to use the restroom, to just not disturb the people of whom I sit next to, because I want to have the freedom to get up and walk around. It's important to drink a lot of water. You can always call in advance and order your meals in advance. On Israel flights, it's typical for a kosher meal to be one of the offerings. You can get vegetarian, you can get Hindu, you can get Asian, you can get low sugar, you can get low fat. You've got your selection varied. Be careful on the alcohol intake, because when we land, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and if you're drinking, you don't want to be intoxicated when you get there. So it will be boring, and so bring entertainment. They've got in-flight entertainment, great movies. You can play cards, solitaire, but be careful in punching the buttons on the seat in front of you because you could be disturbing the person who's sitting in front of you. Economy comfort or preferred economy seating is always good if you want a little bit more legroom. It's worth the cost. When you get there, you'll be tired, but for the most part, when we arrive, if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you just get your luggage, and if you're with a tour, your guide will meet you right outside the front door after you depart the luggage area, and you'll be escorted to your bus, and you'll be on your way. You will be tired, and so what I do is I always make sure that when I am packing in the United States, I pack so that my very first day I have everything laid out. I know what I need. I can briskly put my things away when I arrive so that I can either eat dinner, rest, and go to sleep, or just get settled as quickly as possible. That is one of the reasons why I like to set my watch ahead to Israel time, because I want to get on their time clock as quickly as possible. When you do that, it truly helps with jet lag. You won't get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some people do like to set both an alarm clock for America time as well as Israel time, but truly the quicker that you can get on the time zone in Israel, that's better. Also, you want to be sure to enjoy the Israeli food. That first meal I always love when we get into Israel. It's just, I've eaten plain food. I've either brought snacks, and I don't consider getting a meal on a plane substantial. I've never flown in first class, but for me personally, I want real food. I want real vegetables. I want to eat when I'm on the ground. And just a little P.S., always keep that seatbelt buckled. Thank God we've never had a problem in flight, and I've gone over, this will be my 18th trip coming up. But just always pay attention to the safety terms, and you'll be fine. So be prepared to be tired. Some people bring their own pillow. Some people bring whatever they can to make themselves comfortable. what I sometimes do is actually bring a heating pad with an extension cord because I like to keep the hotel room cold but my bed warm. And if you choose to have a roommate, if you're single, that's fine. I always bring a sleep mask and earplugs because you never know what surprises might happen. You might hear a rooster. You might hear a kitty cat outside, dogs barking. So if you can make your sleeping quarters as comfortable as possible, you want to do that. And but you'll find, for the most part, that the accommodations in Israel are very nice, and you'll wake up to a wonderful Israeli breakfast. I never used to eat vegetables in the morning until I went to Israel and fell in love with eating tomatoes and the greens and cucumbers and all the great food items. You'll find out, too, that for the most part, the breakfasts will be dairy. And so you'll have things like French toast and omelet making and all those goodies. But you won't see anything such as even turkey sausage or anything like that. Because of the biblical, the Jewish dietary laws, kosher, you will not see a meat product and a milk product at the same meal. At dinner time, you will see a meat item, but not at the breakfast. But the breakfasts are lavish. The fruits are wonderful. The dates, the figs, the fresh fruits, Jaffa oranges are known throughout the world. So be sure to bring an appetite for sure. We'll continue on in the next lecture.